Eric's the only one that does
But she's oh my god. I think she takes after me because I'm more of the loud and energetic one, and my husband's more like so I have no one to blame but myself. Yourself? Yeah. Good luck with that. I know. But you know, I was always told I was always
having a boy and I refer to it. Probably a lot bigger than the first. I haven't seen much.
My mom said that I was really good. Am I good right here?
You're better here.
Wonderful. Because that way I don't have to squat. Hello! How are you? Why are you here?
Good. We need a fourth.
Oh my god, they sent me like 4 times today and I'm like, this is wonderful. Well, good to see you. Hi, good to see you.
It's an animal. It's an animal. Everything stops.
Doing the damn thing.
I love that you're wearing sandals.
Well,
They're so cute.
we tried to go live on the sand. By the way, if your producer says
No.
go live on the sand,
You take off your shoes.
don't do it because you won't get a signal down there. So I sprinted up the hill, and
No.
fortunately I had put my flats on because I had to walk down there.
Oh my
I like
god.
it.
How are you? Oh, afternoon. Oh, be nice.
Don't distract the lighting. Day one. Okay, you got a white there, Bella, for everybody?
I got a white.
Okay, here we go with a white.
White balance and mic check
Everybody wake
time.
up.
White balance and mic check time. This is your
Thank you,
official
Mr.
mic
Mello.
check and white balance. If you are not looking in your camera and white balancing and listening to your sound now, I am not going to do it again. Do you need more?
You're such a hard blank.
Brought to you by the lovely Channel 8.
Exactly.
I got you.
And Sleep Train Mattress Center.
Hold it. This is international. Kevin Cox is here. International. The world be free Kevin Cox. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Good, how you doing? Hanging.
Yeah, I noticed. I liked that it was strategically placed. I told him it was like a dream of theirs to put the media in a box. That's sad.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a general statement. and then I'll stop and answer any questions that folks have. I have some staff in the background from Solana Beach Lifeguards is Jason Shook, lifeguard captain. I have the battalion chief from Encinitas, Robbie Ford, and Solana Beach, he's the battalion chief there, and then Sergeant Billy Harris.
It'd probably be better for us if they weren't on the sidewalk, if they're down on the street level. But
all right.
We won't cut out their heads.
Let's go and line them up. Why don't you guys
Keep
go
them
ahead
down
and
on the
preset them.
street level.
They want you down street level.
I
No
like the
glasses,
forward.
glasses. So you don't care.
No, we
No
don't
glass?
care.
Okay.
You look cool.
Even set up lights for you
It's a
guys.
stretch for you.
Brother, you look cool.
I don't
You
want
look
to
good,
cover you.
brother. Off to.
All right, let me know when you're ready. Everybody ready?
Ready?
Ready to do it.
Do this.
All right, good afternoon. My name is Larry Giles, Marine Safety Captain for the City of Encinitas. Last name is spelled Giles. I'm here today to give you an update on the non-fatal shark incident here at Beacons Beach in Leucadia, California. At this time, the water activity has been open as of 7 o'clock this morning. There was a 48-hour hold on the activity due to the shark incident. The signs have been removed. What signs we had left, a lot of them were taken, unfortunately. And at this time, we're just doing heightened patrols across the coastline here. We have periodic air patrols from the County Sheriff Department as well. So we'll be using those resources here to further for the next week just to keep an eye out. At this time, there has been no reports from public or any public safety officers or any shark activity in this area. So we want to make that loud and clear to everybody, and this is very, very unfortunate and very infrequent. This is a significant event for us, but at the same time, this is very rare. We are still working with Dr. Lowe out of Long Beach State to determine exactly what type of shark it was. We did take some DNA samples yesterday from the equipment left over from the incident, and then the patient status is all been referred to over to the hospital, so the updates will come from the hospital. At that particular point, I'm going to open it up to any questions.
It is important, obviously, for people to report if they do see it. I did hear that there was a report a week prior, a shark sighting, but it is important to relay that information to lifeguards too.
Yes, very much so, and it's been challenging in the past because some people may have saw a shark or did see a shark, and they waited a day or two or several hours to come and report it, and they're not reporting it to the proper authorities. So if you have a local lifeguard agency, we want you to get to that lifeguard agency as soon as possible and report what you see, so they can get down there and determine what the situation is and take the appropriate public safety action. If you don't have a lifeguard agency, get a hold of your law enforcement agency. They're there 724 or the fire department. Get that information across so they can get down here and deal with this situation. And, you know, of course, we want to prevent any injuries or loss of life.
What is the protocol if somebody does report it? Like if they do report it, do you let people know before they get into the water? Or?
Multiple things happen here in these lifeguard agencies. We use a policy where basically it's a guideline, and Dr. Lowe's been weighing in and helping us through the process of developing this, and we learn more as we go along throughout the years with all the scientific research that's going on. Some of the things that we're going to be doing right away is we want to get a good interview with the people that saw the shark, get good information out into the water that we're in an investigation mode, and we're probably going to ask people to get out of the water until we can determine what it was.
I don't know if you're leaning towards a great white. Dr. Lowe said your chances of being killed by a great white are better, or being killed are better by a soda machine falling over than you being bitten by a great white. But there's a lot of mitigating factors here. Number one, this is the migration season, make no mistake about it. The water temperature has been hotter than it's been in years here, and we have a tropical storm that's coming up here. So we're going to probably get some wayward sharks that are migrating from the north to the south, correct? Especially in these areas.
Well, I can tell you this from my life being here. This is my local surf spot. I grew up here, 30 years in the lifeguard department. I know for a fact that these conditions are always changing. On the hottest days of the year, we'll get cold water. And on some of the wintertime days, we'll get warm water. And so these conditions are always changing. And so what we do is we have to really go back and rely on the scientists, like Dr. Lowe. he really can like focus in and really give us good, solid science behind what's happening out here. What we do is we just pass along the data. We pick up a lot of this information, and we give it to them so they can basically take it and boil it down and give us kind of an idea scientifically what's going on.
Any suggestions? Sorry. Any suggestions for anyone who wants to go back and lobster dive?
Well, situational awareness is everything. And so one of the things Dr. Lowe brought up was wildlife. What's going on in that area? Seals, dolphins. How are they reacting? If they're calm and things are normal, then that will give you a pretty good indication you're in a good environment for the most part. Talking to the lifeguard agencies, your local authorities, that's the biggest one. So come talk to us. We'll give you a heads up if there's been any activity in that area. I'm sorry, I can't. The sample?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Dr. Lowe came in yesterday to the City of Encinitas Marine Safety Department, and basically we took some of the gear and he took DNA samples and he took them back to the lab, and he thinks if those samples are good, he can determine what type of shark it is. And so we're waiting to get 100% if those samples work out from Dr. Lowe.
Do we know the timeline on that?
On the results for that?
I think it's either probably the end of the day or tomorrow. It depends on how the lab can get that information.
What gear are you talking about that there was DNA on?
The individual left behind a wetsuit and a flashlight.
The boys wetsuit?
Dive with a buddy?
We haven't been able to talk to the young man yet, so no, I don't know, but there was approximately right around estimated 25 divers in the local area at the time, including myself. So.
Thank you.
Captain, for the closure, experts will tell us sharks aren't out there to look for people. So what good does the 48-hour closure does? How does that change a shark's behavior?
We wanted to give it a resting period, the 48 hours, and we wanted to see, whether or not we had any, other activity in the area. So it was determined years ago that was a good cool-off period time using the scientists' information, and so that's why we did that. Public safety.
Are you seeing, just right now, because of the situation, because of changing of the seasons, are you seeing a lot of different activity out there?
The activity we've been seeing here locally is the water temp has been amazing. High 70s, low 80s, and the conditions here have been amazingly comfortable.
And that's why I asked before, could this shark, or whatever it was, be disoriented, thinking that maybe he's further south than possibly...
Yeah, I couldn't tell you that. I haven't seen anything abnormal that would tell us anything like that, and then I would refer that over to Dr. Lowe. Obviously, he's the expert on that. He can really weigh in and give us some bearing on that.
Any other abnormal mammals or
no,
fish?
We have seals and dolphins here almost every single day. They live here, and things are very sedate
The bottom
for the
line,
most part.
Captain, is the fact that we're in their habitat. We're entering their water. So that's where they live. That's whether they're migrating south or not, or lost or disoriented. The fact is we're getting into water with these animals that live in this water.
Correct.
So it's really about situational awareness.
Yeah, situational awareness, and don't forget, I said earlier, there's over 100 species of sharks out here, and the majority of them are non-threatening. And you can talk to Dr. Lowe more about that and get the information. But 30 years working here in the city of Encinitas, we have not had anything in our city like this ever before. And for the last 50 years, I'm not aware of anything like this happening in our city.
Solana Beach, what, 10 years ago? 2008.
What about the time of year, the Trestles incidents that was so close in our mind? What time of year was Trestles?
Yeah,
Was that August? July.
You said you were here the day it happened, Saturday?
Yeah, there's many of the lifeguards, local citizens here. We all participate in the lobster season. So the opening was 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was off duty. Once I got to the surface, basically, I engaged with the incident, and then my lifeguard sergeant here was the first one on scene. Again, the lifeguards weren't supposed to be on duty. This lifeguard was a quarter mile away. engaged immediately, took control of the situation, and called for additional resources. I think that was a large contributing factor, along with these good Samaritans that were out in the water. Basically, these weren't just average people. There were 2 safety officers applying patient care from the water all the way to the beach, and they engaged with the lifeguard here.
Do you know who that state lifeguard and now the Oceanside police officer?
We do, and those gentlemen, all 3 of them, have asked us not to pass on their information. They said that they will do it when they feel comfortable with the media.
They're basically heroes for what they did. I mean, tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, they were at the right place at the right time, and they took seamless action all the way from when they heard the young man yell for help, and they engaged immediately in there, got him up on the kayak, brought him to shore. They were working to control the bleeding, and basically, once they got on the beach, the 2 safety officers that were there off duty engaged with the lifeguard sergeant here, and they continued to provide patient care until we got the medevac helicopter on scene. And the Encinitas fire and paramedics were great. They're right up the road here, and they quickly engaged on this.
Did you say someone stole your sign that you had up?
Pretty much all of them.
All of them. Like, how many did you lose?
We lost count. So, yeah, so a little takeaway here, with the public. I mean, we did get some great cooperation. Folks really helped out with the law enforcement, lifeguards, and the fire department. For the most part, everybody obeyed the 48-hour closure, and we really appreciate that. And our job was a little stressful, and obviously we're really concerned about the individual and his outcome. So,
What did you see on Saturday when you were here?
Patient care taking place and the medevac.
As a human, what did you see?
I saw a lot of individuals in the community come together and support the safety officers that were involved and help engaged in that. And I think that was a big plus down on the beach, and I think that helped expedite down there on the beach to get that young man down to the medical care he needed.
So increased patrols then at this point. How long is that
We're
going?
going to continue it throughout the week. We're still in a nice sunny season here. This is the local summer right now. The tourists are back home, and we do have this tropical depression coming through. So in the background, you can see the surf's pretty good. The water temp's still, almost 70, and so we're going to stay out.
And why hold off such a large stretch of water? How quickly the sharks can swim?
Sharks swim actually at a pretty good rate. I don't know exactly, but they're past walking speed, just going at a normal pace. So if you can, calculate that out, I mean, they could travel miles within a matter of minutes. Anything else? All right. Thank you very much. At this time, we don't really know if we need to have another reef. We're at the end of the closure here. We're going to continue patrolling. If you do need information, and there is a great need that we need to do another one, Lois Young is right here. She's our PIO. We would like you to communicate with her, and if there's enough reason for us to do another interview, she'll make the call, and I'll be happy to come back.
If we get results for shark, DNA results from shark, will we have another meeting?
Yeah. If we have enough information, we'll have another briefing, if not a press release. And you can always forward all the questions to me.
Yeah. And then Dr. Lowe's information, I'm not sure if you have it, but she should have that too, and he'll pass that on as soon as he knows as well. The family does not want to share anything out on the patient's status, so the lifeguards and the fire department really don't have any more information there, but the hospital's probably going to be your best bet.
They're doing today, so there's that.
Great. Thanks for your help getting the information out. Appreciate it.
Sure.
I've been at the other press conference.